Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray on 790 The Bet. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency and Wally Hatchett's Comfort Food and Drinks at 6439 Summer Avenue. Now here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray. And one of our co-hosts has just said before we came on the air that we're making history today, that we have no fishing. We have no fishing mentioned.
What would Ron do?
Now we've already mentioned it. See, you brought it up.
See what I said?
Nah, you're right.
He's all right. Frank
Frank
Barton is here.
He had to say the word fishing, didn't you?
Yes, he did. Well, we do talk.
You did.
I did. Well, you made it first, but you were off the air. I don't recognize you with this beard now.
Well,
John Gordon.
I'm in
Good morning,
disguise.
John.
Good morning, Larry.
You're in disguise.
Well, it's No Shave November. Waterfowl season's coming on. I figured whatever.
It's really coming on, isn't it? Are we going to talk ducks today at all, you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Every segment.
Not every segment.
Well,
We better.
Most of them.
It's close. It's close.
Yeah.
We are going to talk a little deer in the show today, and we're also going to talk a little history that we have the man himself that I watched on TV. I didn't see him with his golden shovel, but I know he was there at the dedication of the new Sultana Museum. Frank Barton. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Larry. Good morning, everybody.
And we will have dueling show introductions when these two guys get together, because they're all heartbroken because they got to get out of here and kill some ducks. I mean,
well, you're lucky it's really cold there.
Yeah, it's
because
cold.
It kind of got frozen up this morning.
Frank doesn't
so
care. Frank doesn't care.
I'm going to go this afternoon.
I was in the deer stand the other day. We saw 13 deer. I can mention that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't kill one, but my buddy killed one. But I'm going back Monday and try again. Now that I can rejoice to the world that I do not have shingles. That's 5 weeks of shingle medicine. Some of them big enough that you don't want to put them in your mouth or someplace else. But a lot of money. But now I do not have shingles. I'm not sure what I have. Maybe I don't know what it might be. But I've already had improvement this week with some new medication. Shout out to Bobby Trotman, my dermatologist, and you folks out there have been following athletics and particularly baseball in the Memphis area for a long time. Of course, Bobby played for Tony Gagliano at Sparrows and also played at the University of Memphis. He played on some American Legion baseball championship team. But anyway, he's my dermatologist. He's figured it all out. If I didn't get all that right, Bobby will tell me, I'm sure. But we're going to have a lot of fun today. Show kind of went back and forth. We have a special guest that will join us in studio. Everybody knows him as not by his first name, which is Merle, which I know that name, but everybody knows him as Buckshot. Buck Gardner will be in the studio with us momentarily. I was hoping to get Ricky Hoot Hazelgrove on the show. Also, he's going to bring his saxophone. He's probably one of the most decorated hunters in the Mid-South out of Toone, Tennessee, but ex-Marine, probably killed more turkeys than anybody that I know of in his career as a guide, but also just taking people hunting. But he was down in the weather, and so we'll get Ricky back on another show and get he and Shelby McCall can play her trumpet, and he can play his saxophone. But without 30 minutes of Ricky, I was kind of in a turmoil as to what to do. I know I could just turn it over to John and Frank, and they would handle it without much problem at all. But I said, let's talk waterfowl. So we're going to talk to Jamie Feddersen. He is a TWRA waterfowl person. Can't wait to talk to Jamie. And then we're going to also talk at the bottom of the show, John will join in as we hopefully hook up with Luke Naylor. He is the Arkansas Game and Fish program coordinator for waterfowl, and looking forward to always talking to Jamie. But in between, we're going to talk a little CWD deer-wise, what's going on there. And as I said, we'll talk to Frank about – and Frank, y'all when was it? The shovel ceremony, which I always liked, was when was that, Frank? That was
last Friday.
Last Friday. They were all out there with their golden shovels. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, and Buck Gardner is driving up right now. There he is. Two fine-looking trucks next to each other. Dueling trucks here. Frank's new truck, which I still marvel at watching Frank drive up in his new truck. But anyway, Buck's coming in here, and we're going to have a lot of fun. You guys, Frank, first of all, are y'all ready? I mean, I know it starts today in Arkansas, and I'm just wondering.
Well, we have a little bit of water, and I'm hoping that we'll have a few ducks today when I get out there. I didn't see any ducks this past week, so I'm not that encouraged. But as far as that goes, it makes no difference. I'll be out there with
your normal
with my dogs and
your normal group,
and then my son will be out there with his brand new dog. So,
all right, okay. So you will have Hershey and
I'll take. Let's see. This year I had to start off with Goose because Hershey went. I had to look and see who I took for opening day last year. I've got it written down. I just don't remember what it is now.
Okay, then of course, John. We know that the Tennessee season, the Mississippi season are later in the month. You got a weekend hunt, and Arkansas opens up a little early as they do now. And when Luke Naylor talks to us later in the show about he wrote a piece about the lack of water in Arkansas. I don't know what you're seeing down in Mississippi, but I'm sure it's pretty well the same that does that. But now he has entered the room now. Buck Gardner is in the room. John Gordon, there's Buck Gardner. Frank Barton.
Hey, Buck.
Frank.
I got work.
There's Buck. All right, we're going to whirl Buck in here, but they're going to work that microphone together over there. Buck, just sit down and relax for a minute now. We're coming back to you. We're talking waterfowl a lot today when we have the champion of champions and the champion of the world champion. How many times did it take you to win that world championship, Buck?
I won on the
14th time.
I always. It was 13th or 14th time.
Well, I always ask him that. I don't know why I do that, but Buck's in the studio. It makes my day to see Buck. But again, John, what are you seeing water-wise in Mississippi?
Same situation. I mean, only water out there really is water that's been pumped in.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, it'll concentrate ducks, but the bad thing is pressure will push them a lot because they're going to be shot at on every piece of water out there. So
yes,
it's a dual-edged sword. A lot of goose movement lately. The geese have been coming in mass, especially the snows, over the last 4 or 5 days with this last front. I've been hearing them flying over my house.
Well, that's good.
Heading for the Delta just about every night. So, I mean, you know, I opened the season in Texas 2 weeks ago.
Yes, I wanted to ask about it. How was that trip?
Oh, phenomenal. I mean, Texas is on fire.
It is.
Pretty much because, of the fact I believe that places like Nebraska's Rainwater Basin, the Cheyenne Bottoms, and Kansas, these places are dry. So a lot of those Texas ducks, I think, just bypassed all that and went straight down there. So they're holding birds by the thousands.
So how was it? I mean,
it was great. I mean, we were on the bay in Rockport. Widgeons, man, the widgeons were everywhere.
Widgeons were everywhere.
I haven't seen widgeons like that down there in a long time, which makes me believe once again that they overflew a lot of the central part of the country and came down there.
My goodness. Well, I know that's just what our folks wanted to hear here, because everybody thinks that our ducks end up in Louisiana most of the time anyway.
This is the Mississippi Flyway. That's the Central Flyway, so it's a little different.
Yeah.
It's still the same situation.
Still the same
situation.
It's pretty
dry all the
it
way
is
to the
dry
Mississippi
there.
Flyway.
And you look at these things, the blizzards and things, and the water that we didn't have. But, again, we're going to talk a lot of waterfowl hunting simply because the season does open in Arkansas this Saturday, today. And a lot of you folks are thinking about that. And, of course, as I said, we're going to talk to Luke Naylor of the Arkansas Game and Fish in the last segment and Jamie Fedderson of the TWRA in the middle section of the show. And then, of going to spend some time talking to our good man Merle over there. There he is. There he is. We're going to talk to Buck Gardner a little about. I think he's killed a few ducks in his lifetime. John, right? You think so?
Yeah.
I think he has.
I think so.
And Frank knows.
To kill some flying this year.
Oh, he's going to try to kill flying this year. But then I was really happy. I want to talk about this new tool that the TWRA has come and help with their CWD, keeping up with the number of deer that are killed that might possibly have the chronic wasting disease. And like I said, I was out. We hunted Wednesday. Me and my buddy Steve McPherson, he killed a really nice doe. We saw 13 deer, which was really cool to see that many deer. And I did not get to shoot any of those does. I was trying, but we're going to go back Monday morning and give it a try again until I get my limit, which this year you can kill 300 deer, I think. Well, does, something like that. No, you can kill a lot of does if you're in the CWD area. But we're going to take a break. We've got through this quickly first segment. Buck Gardner is in-house. Going to come back, and he's got a couple of toys over there he's messing with. I'm trying to see what he's doing over there just to make sure that it's legal. Okay, it is. All right. Oh, I hear noise over there. All right, let's take a break. Shelby McCall is our show producer. We will be right back with the one and only Buck Gardner on Outdoors with Larry Ray.